It says great doxology on the front, tone 3, but I don't want you to look at that right now, but go to the very back page. There's hiding in there something a little different, something more basic. So I have to explain a few things so this will make sense to you. We're still in the third mode today, like we did last week, and we'll do some warm-up for that in just a moment. But this is going to be kind of a basic sort of beginner thing to explain a few things about Orthodox church music. First of all, what you see at the top in a box, those are the names of the notes on the scale. You've heard of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, right? Okay. This is the Greek equivalent that's used in the church. Ni, pa, vu, ga, di, ke, ni, pa, vu, ke, ni, ha, ni, pa, vu, ga, di, ke, so, ni. All right. That's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. All of that I'm singing in what is known in the West as the major mode. It's a major scale. In Byzantine chant, it's exactly the same as the enharmonic third mode. That's one of the reasons I'm teaching this mode first, because it's very basic and very easy to learn. Because it's just like a lot of Western music you've heard. Like, you know, the only Spaniard that's mentioned in the national anthem, Jose, can you see? Right? Oh, Jose, can you see? Right? That's a major mode. So that's what we've got in the third mode. So look carefully at that page, and you'll see that the note entitled God is in bold print. And underneath it, you see an F in bold print. So if you were to go home or to someone's house that has a piano or to any keyboard and push the F, you'll get that note. And it's exactly the same. So no different there. So very simple. So what we have to do is learn these, because this is how we learn the modes. There's several pieces of information that we learn when we learn each mode. Now, how many people know what I'm talking about when I say a mode? Do you remember anything from last week, what I said? Okay, so Lauren, could you tell us what a mode is using your own words?
Using my own words. I was afraid you were going to say that.
I know. That's the problem with breaking in.
So, a mode is how I equate it in my mind is like a key, but also in the style of how you're singing it.
Okay. That's fair enough. It's like a key, and it involves also the style that goes with the singing of anything in that particular mode. So it's a set of notes that have a certain set of intervals or distances between them, and it also has characteristics that anything in that mode share. It's like a family, a musical family. All right, so we're in the house where third mode lives right now. We're leaving everybody else alone right now. So we have to learn the intonation for that mode. I talked to you last week. Now I'm giving you a little kind of theoretical setting for it. But that intonation is written right about in the middle of the page, right under the bold print sentence that says, this page introduces the enharmonic scale on God. Right underneath that you see the intonation. Intonation, called in Greek apihima. Na, na, that's the intonation. Now those syllables are nonsense syllables, but they're deeply enshrined in tradition. They've been around for a really, really long time. They don't mean anything, okay? It's just a syllable. Next to it, to the right, you see ni, ga. That's the same thing, only the notes on the scale. Those are the names of those notes. See, if you look at the top, the notes all in those boxes. C, F, ni, ga, right? Can you see those connections? All right. So we have to know for any mode, we have to know what the intonation is. na, na. We have to know the scale. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, a little high on my range. Or, ga, ga, di, ke, za, ni, pa, vu, ga. Same thing. We also have to know a thing called intermediate and final endings. That's a little more complicated. It's better for me to point that out to you as we run into them. An intermediate ending is how you end any phrase in a mode. There's certain ways you do that. You don't end on any old note. You have to end on certain ones. Like Molly, like we end on the D. That's a common intermediate ending for this. So we'll learn those. I didn't write them down. I just left some space for you to write those in if you see that in passing as we go through the music. This is exactly the same as Western major mode, key of F, and the intervals are 12, 12, 12, 6, 12, 12, 6. Or that is to say, 3 full steps, a half a step, 2 full steps, and a half a step. Just like what you would see on the piano keyboard. You know how the little black keys stick out every so often, but not every single interval? Well, the white keys and the black keys are all a half a step apart. But if you go from white to white with a black in between, that's a full step. Just to give you a visual, if you have a piano or a keyboard at home, you can see what I'm talking. 12 is a full step, 6 is a half. And the reason I'm using those numbers is that in ecclesiastical music, we don't divide notes into octaves into 8, like we have 8 notes, but 72. So there's 72 divisions leading between one octave and the next. These are called particles. There's a Greek word for it, but just call them particles. That's why I put 12 and 6, because you have to get used to seeing that. Because after we learn the enharmonic mode, when we get to some of the other intervals, like soft and hard chromatic, and even diatonic, the notes are not quite the same as you have them on the piano. So you're not going to be able to go to the keyboard and do that. Like some of them are a little less than a half, some are more than a half, some are less than a whole, and so on. So these, we call them microtones in Western music, but in Orthodox chant, they're embedded deeply in the music. That's why when you hear authentic Orthodox chant, like from people who grew up with it, their voice sounds out of tune in your ear. Have you had that experience? Like you listen to them, wow, it's like really wild sounding to me. That's because we're not used to the classical intonations. That tuning is actually thousands of years old. It goes way back to antiquity. We're used to mechanical tuning. We were talking about this earlier today. So I don't want to go much deeper into theory right now, but I would take this paper and put it somewhere where you can often refer to it, so you can understand what we're doing. So let's do this to start out, just to get that third mode ethos or character into it. We're simply going to chant the Greek notes in the box, okay? That's all we're going to do. So first of all, repeat after me. Look at the top of the box, and I'll say the word, and you repeat it, okay? Ni, pa, mu, ga, di, ke, zo, ni. That's all the way to the left. See, ni, octave apart. All right. These letters, these little syllables are actually Greek letters that have been turned into musical intonations. I made that clear when you go down under note. The names of the notes are taken from the Greek alphabet as follows. Pa, vu, pa is alpha, vu is vita, ga is gamma, v is delta, ke is epsilon, zo is zeta, and ni is eta. Okay? Now, I wrote them there in the first mode sequence. Sorry to confuse you, but those are the same as what you saw in that box above. So now let's do it this way. Forget the first three. We'll start at ga, because that's the base note, or the home note for this mode. Curiously, most of the music never starts on this note. That's what was throwing you when you were singing. It's like a one above or one below, but not on that note. That's why when we sing our Antiochian form of Let the Heavens Rejoice, it's not quite correct. It should be ni, na, na, should start. Let the heavens rejoice and the earth be glad. There's the D. Intermediate. Okay. So let's now repeat them one more time, because I think I confused you a little bit. I want to make sure we're laying everything down solid, so you follow me and you can repeat. Okay, so first of all, let me make sure we get an intonation. Oh, no, this is God. Ready? Repeat after me on the note. God, you have to learn how to do that, going up and down. Now I'm a baritone, so I did it on middle C, the first one, but I'm not, it's hard for me to get that octave and a half above middle C. Okay, so let's go a little lower. Some of you are maybe in my same mode. Okay.
Can you explain going a little lower?
I'm intoning it lower now.
Okay, so we're starting at a different note then.
That's right, that's what I'm doing. Okay, ready? Na, na, here we go, na, ready? Ga, mi, ke, so, ni, pa, ru, ga. Did that work for you?
Yes.
Okay, you do it. Okay. Pronunciation is
wrong.
ga.
Ga.
The.
The. Okay.
Like think of Elizabethan the.
Okay.
These and thous, okay? Just like that. The.
So then me as well.
And then ke. It's a short e, so ke. Zo. Ni. That's what that macron over the E means. It's an E sound. Ni. Pa. Okay. So, I called on you because you've got some experience. Denise, would you like to try it?
I'm willing to try.
Go for it. Intonation first, then give us a scale.
Just tell me where to start.
Na, na, they're starting on ga.
Na na ga di ke so ni pa ru ga.
Perfect. It's your turn.
Start lower.
That's fine. Do the intonation at the pitch you want. There's no fixed pitches in Orthodox chants. It's the same, it's up to the singer.
Na, ga, di, ke, so, ni, pa. Yeah, there we go. Pa, ru, ga. Yeah, I need to start lower.
That's okay. You start lower. Re-pitch.
Na,
No, it's the same as where you were before. Go lower. There we go.
Ga, di, ke, so, ni, pa, fu, ga.
Perfect. All right. I don't want to call on the little kids individually unless they want to try. So raise your hand if you want to try. Okay, Mark, can we do it?
Okay.
Come on.
My
Just turned 21, you're not a
high
kid
school.
anymore. So.
Yes, sir. Na na ga di ke kezoni pavuga.
Okay, almost perfect. You started off on the wrong note, but you got it, the 90% there. Perfect. So, na na ga
Di kezoni pavuga.
Okay. That's okay. Lauren, you want to try it?
Sure. Could you
Intone it as you are comfortable, because remember, the pitching is relative to the chair. Perfect. Andy, you want to try it?
I do, but I have a question.
Yeah.
If I were to hit F on the piano, I get the note.
Yeah.
That's what I would go with. You're telling me that
You don't
it doesn't
have to do
be
that.
that note.
That's correct. You can pitch it higher or lower.
It's
wherever you
what
want.
an octave.
Okay,
If you look at Orthodox chant music, it's not on a clef.
okay.
All the symbols that show what to do are relative to wherever you are. Yeah.
So, let's see.
Yep. Perfect. Great. You want to try it?
I do it on the piano.
No? We don't want any mechanical instruments.
Yeah.
What's
the problem? Help me out with the intonation.
There you go. Perfect. Want to try it, Tom?
Maybe.
Okay.
Na na
Yeah.
ga te ki soni pavuga.
Okay, not quite there. Let's do it together. Ready? Na, na, do it with me. Na, na, keep going. Ga, di, ge, so, ni, fa, u, ga. Okay, now let's sing some music. And we'll come back to the sheet in a minute for other stuff, but so much for theory, you need to do music, so we're practicing. First of all, I don't know, did you bring your music from last week? Yeah, some of you did. Go to the Apologia for the Resurrection, Let the Heavens Rejoice, and we'll sing it together. Okay?
I don't think so. I don't think there's any.
Yeah, or sing with somebody, or stand with somebody so you can show them. If you have one, stand with somebody who has it. Do you have one? Okay, you know it?
Do you need it?
I think I know it.
Here.
Come on. All right, so with me, okay, we'll pitch it a little lower than it'll seem, the authentic tune, we'll go lower. Okay. After you slide up, do it with me. Let the heavens rejoice and the earth be glad, for the Lord has done a mighty act with his own arm. He hath trampled down death by death, and became the firstborn from the dead. He hath delivered us from the depths of Hades, granting the world the great mercy. Okay. Do you feel like the theory is like, you can kind of see how some of that's working here, kind of a little bit? Sort of, kind of? Yeah. Okay. Now go the same package. Just turn to the next page. The brief Alleluia. Remember, this was a little more challenging for you all because you had never done it before. Okay. You want to look on this one?
Yes.
Okay. We're down here. Ready? No, it's not bicycling. You don't get to coast. You have to use your vocal cords all the way through the end of the note.
I think it's once it's the loop.
Excuse me, my dear. I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat that?
I need practice from the lu to the second hallelujah. I'm not sure what to do after the lu.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. This is musically a little complicated, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So you have some dotted notes, and then you have the dotted notes. You have a lot of tied notes. You have to observe all those things. And then you have little grace notes, which is just a figure in ecclesiastical chant. It's a shake. You know what a shake is? That means you just make your vocal cord, you just go up very quickly to the next note and back down. Okay, so let's look at it. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to read it, and I'm going to do the timing, okay? I don't think I'm going to try. Alleluia. Okay, don't do it loud enough. Alleluia. I think it's not doing it loud enough for you to get.
That's the first line, correct?
Okay. The second one, I wish I had something like a little clicker or something that was loud in my fingers.
Your fingers are loud enough.
Is it doing it?
Yeah,
Okay, so the second line, that's measure 6, 7. Okay? Oh no, the whole thing is 6. Never mind. Okay, here we go. Doesn't work very well. Okay. I'll sing it. Let's do it. Let's do it a few notes at a time. You repeat after me. First part. Just the first hallelujah. Ready? Alleluia. And now it's your turn. You do it.
Oh,
Same thing.
sorry.
Good. Go ahead. Again. Okay, now let's together the second one. Alleluia. Okay, the note is Alleluia. Sharp note. Okay, let's see if we can do that. I'll sing it again, then you sing it with me. Alleluia. Your turn. Ready? Alleluia. Hallelujah. This is the climactic one, right? Here we go. We're up on the C now. Na, na, na. Now I have to get up there.
Unless I'm the only one that needs don't bother, but could you do half of that long phrase
Yeah.
and then the other half?
Okay. Now up the C there. Now it's the F, C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 3 notes long. I mean 3 beats long. I'm halfway to the one.
Good.
You want me to stop right there?
Yes. Or you could stop at the lowest note, the F, before you go back up to the, because to our Western ear, that sounds like a stopping point.
I see. And that leading, that G sharp is a leading note going up, back up.
Well, just for practice,
Okay, here we go.
just try. More. 2 more times. Oh, please.
Do it with me.
I
It's
did.
not wasting the oxygen.
Oh, no, we're not wasting. We're singing over here.
Again. You do it.
Me?
No, the person right behind you.
Eva. Gotcha. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you did perfectly.
I thought.
Just hit that last note. Yeah, do it again. You had 99%. Don't get an A plus. Hurry it up on that one.
Gotta hurry.
Yes, that's just a
It's a hard one.
Yes, you got all the notes properly. You were concentrating on the notes, you forgot to go from ah to le. But you got all the notes correct.
That's
Molly and you do it together. You two do it together. Listen to them. They're fast learners because they have some experience. Okay? Do it. Tune with each other so you know what you're doing. Good. Okay. And now everybody together, you ready? Okay. Should we go on?
Yes.
All right, shall we? We shall. Okay. We'll start over and keep moving. What do you think?
2 more times than that, please.
Okay, we'll do this. We'll do this one more time here, then we'll sing the whole thing together and put it away and move on to something else. Okay? Here we go. Here we go. Remember, pulling that last knot out for 3 beats. Yes, Lauren.
So on that last two notes, but it's, I don't know how many beats.
The-
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
The 2/8 notes followed by the.
2 eighth notes followed by a half note dotted.
Yeah.
Third note. Doesn't it go up and down?
Where are you looking exactly?
The
So-
last 3 notes.
At Lou? Are you at Lou? I think she's at.
Very loud.
Yeah, that's right. It's na na likega. These are Byzantine notes. Okay, got it?
Yep, thank
Okay.
you.
So when you learn, you're supposed to learn this way. Galikega, galikeli garuga, galikezoni zokelikezoni akeligaligada. That's how you're supposed to learn. Notice I'm just doing the notes. I'm not doing the music, I'm just doing the notes. If you learn that, you can learn anything. Okay, so here's what we're going to do to end this. First, hallelujah, just the women. The men all do the E-song, which is really straightforward. You're just chanting on the God. That's it. You just stay there, okay? But don't yell. Just give us a nice, just follow my lead. Then the men, all boys and men, will take the second one. And then the women, you take the third one.
Oh.
Okay, so I want you to belt it out. Remember, this is just before the gospel, so we want to really say good things, to the Lord, because we're about to hear the Holy Gospel. Okay, ready? Women, you have to be ready because you're starting. You have to do the intonation and everything. We're at your mercy. So guys, listen to their intonation, and when you get the second na, that's our E-song. Okay. No, you sing the whole thing.
Oh, it's the whole
three
thing?
times 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we were just doing the first one and then
Okay,
you were
this
saying.
is Orthodox. We like the 3, so we do 3 times 3.
Okay, my bad.
So come on, do the intonation again, and you stick it out, the whole thing, all 3 hallelujahs, then we'll do it, the whole thing.
Ready? Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Should we start again?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm sorry. I
the
just.
boat's taking on the water.
Yes.
I need your strength.
Okay. Wait. No. You're starting, you're left on board, and we're not on board.
Okay.
Give us the intonation again.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's me.
What do you think? Is that a good exercise?
Yeah, so
Good
good
exercise.
Okay, you like this? Are you?
Like it. It's a little bit fast for I'm a slow learner.
Okay,
but-
yes. You have a
Like
question?
I need to be at home with the piano.
All right,
So others
yes.
that might help you refresh a course in between.
Okay.
The men sounded
So I
fantastic.
didn't do
How would you-
it. Yeah, man.
Wait,
Practice that.
18.
okay, we have time to do, on this day, the version. So it's in your packet, not the one on each day. We'll get to that if we have time, we'll end on that. So when you go home and you find that packet from last week, it's the last page, okay? This is the pre-festal Kentuckian for the pre-feast, the forefeast of the Nativity of the Lord. So we sing this in November and in December, okay? Every Sunday, so it's well known. And it's an original melody, okay? Chanters that do this all the time, do you recognize this music?
I do, but I think that some of the words we put we hold
Okay,
different.
this is the Archdiocesan Standard I'm holding, so I'm trying to stick to music that's as most mainstream as possible. So if you learn it, you go to trouble with learning it, you're like right solid in the middle of what we know throughout our archdiocese, okay? So, same intonation. Ready? Here we go. Na, on this day the Virgin cometh to the cave to give birth to God the Word ineffably, who was before all the ages. Dance for joy over on hearing the gladsome tidings, with the angels and the shepherds now glorifying, who is willing to be exalted as a young child who before the ages is God. That was pretty easy for you because you kind of know it. Kind of know it. Okay, so let's end kind of on this note. You sing it, and I'm going to do the E song. See all those F's and G's, and there's I think a C somewhere in there. Maybe there's, yeah. I'm going to belt out the E song so that you can feel the harmonic connection. I like you to feel that because your ears are learning when you hear that. Okay? So Molly and Denise, would you together give the intonation for this mode and start us out?
Is that too loud?
You have to do na. Okay.
Oh, we have to say no.
I'm working on it. Stop. Na na.
Go.
On this day, the Virgin cometh to the cave to give birth to God the Word ineffably, who was before all the ages.
about halfway through that, but we're in order.
So, can I make an obvious statement to you, but surprised me?
Yeah.
So you are teaching chant, but right now you're also teaching sight reading.
I am. I'm doing a lot of things all at the same
Wow.
time. But I can't tell you that because then you'll go,
It's better to let us
Before you
discover
came-
it first.
Before you came, with the great doxology until 3, I did it for the first time, and yeah, she deserves it.
she didn't,
It's scary.
but I put
Scary.
her on the spot. It's fine.
But it's
Okay.
good to be put on the spot.
So here's the deal. Here's what I'd like to do, because I think Father Michael will embrace it if you're prepared. And that's antiphonal chant. So let's do this for the last thing. We're going to do this for the last thing before we quit. What I gave you today, this is the great doxology and the third mode. And I'm going to want you to learn all the great doxologies in all 8 modes. I want you to learn them all. Because this is one of the most festal things we sing. This ancient collection of biblical verses. The great doxology is called a biblical ode by many. Okay? We're just going to plow into this, okay? I'm going to start, and you're going to follow. Okay? So if you can sing with me, do it. If you can't quite do it, you can kind of approximate it, okay? You got it? All right, the first page, it says 210 at the top. Okay? Here's what I'd like to do. Women, you stick together. I wanted to do this antiphonally. So I know you don't know it, but try to do your best, okay? And it's third mode, so you it's in your ears already in a kind of a way. All right. We'll take every time you see a double line, that means we're done. It's your turn. And then the next double line, we reverse it. We go back and forth. A, B, A, B, A, B, right? This is called antiphonal chant. Okay, invented by the ancient Israel, but put into church use by St. Ignatius of Antioch. So he was the one that, put it into Christian worship. Okay, so we'll start, and then you pick up the next one, starting with the words, "We praise thee." You see that? Okay, here we go. Na, na, glory to thee who has shown us the light. Glory be to God on high, and on earth peace and goodwill among men. Your turn.
We praise thee, we bless thee, we worship thee, we glorify thee, we give thanks unto thee for thy great glory.
O Lord, heavenly King, God the Father Almighty, O Lord, the only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, your turn.
Lord God, Lamb of God, Son of the Father, that takest away the sins of the world, we have mercy on us, thou that takest away the sins of the world.
Your turn. Receive our prayer, O thou that sittest at the right hand of the Father, and have mercy on us.
For thou only art holy, thou only art the Lord Jesus Christ, to the glory of God the Father. Amen.
Every day will I bless thee, and I will praise thy name forever, yea, forever and ever.
Vouchsafe, O Lord, to keep us this day without sin.
Blessed art thou, O Lord God of our fathers, and glorified be thy name forever. Amen.
Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us as we put our hope in thee.
Blessed art thou, O Lord, teach me thy statutes.
Blessed art thou, O Lord, teach me thy statutes.
Blessed art thou, O Lord, teach me thy statutes.
Lord, thou hast been our refuge in all generations. I said be merciful.
Go back to generations.
I said, be merciful
Unto me, hear my soul, for I have sinned against thee.
Lord, I have fled unto thee. Teach me to do thy will, for thou art my God. Your turn.
For with thee is the fountain of life. Within thy light shall we see light.
Oh, continue thy loving kindness unto them that know thee.
Holy God, holy mighty, holy immortal.
I'm gonna okay, we can slide down lower and lower. I'm going to repitch it, but I'm also going to teach you how to do this. Sounds a little bit funny, so you have to observe the value of the notes. Na, na, we're at Holy God, here we go. Holy God, holy mighty, holy immortal, have mercy on us. Everybody together. Holy God, holy mighty, holy immortal, have mercy on us. Again. Holy God, holy mighty, holy immortal, have mercy on us.
On the holy, on the mighty, is that being held mighty?
1, 2.
Okay, 1, 2, okay.
It goes.
You
It goes so fast, yeah.
You beg to differ with your beat.
Everyone begins taking a breath.
Holy God, holy mighty, holy immortal, have mercy on us. Okay,
Got it.
just if you count it, cut a full value, not cut time, full, like 1, 2, 3, 4 for each measure, you'll see how it plays out. Ready? Here we go. Na, na, holy God, holy mighty, holy immortal, have mercy on us. Your turn.
Holy God, holy mighty, holy immortal, have mercy on us.
Keep going. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, both now and ever, and unto ages of ages. Amen. Don't slow down. Keep up the speed.
Holy immortal, have mercy on us.
Okay, so see that rest at the beginning? So you have no note for that first beat. You have no music. So it would go, actually, where he put the double lines, it's strictly not correct. Because we should do glory, you should do both now. And then we do, actually, the way it's supposed to be is at the end of the doxology where it says, "Oh, continue thy loving kindness." The previous page, 212. We're also supposed to do the first Holy God without interruption.
Would you like us to mark that on our music?
That's the proper way to do it for antiphonal. And then you repeat it the second time, Holy God. Then we get it the third time, Holy God. Then you sing glory. We say both now. And then you sing Holy Immortal, have mercy on us.
So, are you saying, would you like us to do that?
Yes.
Because if so, we'll need just a minute. I will. If
Yeah.
you can say that one more time, just
Yes.
mark it on my
Do you
music.
understand Spanish?
And please tell me, no, not Spanish.
No, I'm going to tell you in Spanish. Yes.
That's.
I have no sense of humor over my music. And could you tell me where we're going to start? I'm sorry. Oh, am I hurting your
I
feelings?
know, I'm having fun.
Okay, good, because I'm having lots of fun here. I want to mark my music because I'm getting all hyper over the
So
whole.
let me tell you how it works in the doxology. So where it says, "Oh, continue thy loving kindness," that will be the first choir, the right choir, will be singing. And they just move right on into Holy God, Holy Mighty. So that double, notice that there's no double line. You see, Sam did it correctly, but nobody obeys it. So we need to do that. So first choir then does that. The second choir sings the second Holy God. The third choir, the first choir sings the third Holy God. And then the second choir sings glory. And then the first choir sings both now.
And not the.
And then the second choir sings Holy Immortal, have mercy on us. Keeping up the speed all the way to the end. I notice you have a habit of slowing that down, but that's not correct. Then it's what they call the asthmaticon. In other words, the very slow, ornate. The first choir does Holy God, the slow one. The second choir does Holy Mighty, the slow one. And then the first choir chants Holy Immortal, and then both choirs join in, have mercy on us. That's all the doxology should go like that. All of them. When we do antiphonal chanting. Yeah, well, that's why I'm taking the time to do it. Okay, what's our time?
We are at
37. So let's bring it to a conclusion. Let's do the Holy God to the ending, just because I missed out on this. I really like singing the Holy God part. So when we sing the doxology, it ends with the verse, the doxology proper ends with the verse, "O continue thy loving kindness unto them that know thee." But we add the Trisagion on the end because it's procession into church at this point. All Trisagia, every time we sing that, is a procession. It means people are moving. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. The first, in the liturgy, we sing it because the clergy are streaming into the altar. You have to imagine the giant cathedral, and they're all going in. The bishop's already made his entrance, and everybody else, all the priests are going in. So that's why we sing the Trisagion. It's a procession. And then when we do it in funerals, when we move the body from the church to the grave, or from one place to another, we always sing Holy God. Right? It's a procession. Okay. So let's, guys, we're going to sing, bottom of page 212, we're going to sing, "O continue thy loving kindness," and the first Holy God. Then you guys get ready for the second Holy God. You ready?
And then are we going to continue to the next page?
Are you there? Okay. Yes. We'll just go on to the end, but everything according to what I just told you. Okay, in terms of this. Ready? O continue thy loving kindness unto them that know thee. Holy God, holy mighty, holy immortal, have mercy on us.
Holy God, holy mighty, holy immortal, have mercy on us.
Holy God, holy mighty, holy That's my fault. Let's do it again. I'm sorry.
Because we repeat it.
Holy God, If you run out of fuels, well, then leave on the side of the road. Okay, so did you like this?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so here's the deal, Bob. I'm not going to be with you next week.
Yeah.
I will be gone in, I don't know, late this week.
Is it already 3 and 30 when you're free? Really?
Yes, yes.
See, I do, and no.
I will be back, God willing, the following Saturday, the 24th, so this one. And we're going to kind of pick this up a little bit, refreshing, we're going to add a load. Oh yes, we must load up the fridge.
Which one?
You want?
Are you gonna surprise us?
No, I don't know. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I want to do a diatonic mode, because they're really common in the church. And the diatonic scale is going to require a little bit of work, because we don't know how to do it. So we can do 1, 4, or 8. 1, 4, or play with 4. So, or play with first. 1 or play with 1, 4 or play with 4. All of those are diatonic modes. So I'll have to think about it, and which ones are maybe coming up. By the way, the vote for tomorrow's, the Lord's Day, is a play forward. The modes are divided up. I gave it to you in the handout. If you look at the bottom, in the Russian system, there is no musical connection between the tones. That's why we call them tones. They're all just basically the same kind of music, but they're Russian peasant kind of music. And that's the Church of Russia does that. Kiev and Novikov chant is all popular singing, basically turned into church music. But ecclesiastical modes, like Znameny chant, which is Novgorod, like northern Russia, Athos, and the Middle East, like the really ancient chant that we sing. There's 4 authentic modes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's 4 oblique modes, or plagal, that's the word in Greek. It means oblique, like kind of at an angle. And they're dependent, musically dependent on each other. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we get plagal 1, plagal 2. The plagal 3, we don't call it that, we call it varis, or grave mode. And that's what I thought you were indicating a moment ago, because it has an enharmonic and a diatonic form, but it's not much music written. So it's not the best economy to learn that next. Then plagal of the 4th, okay? So we'll pick one of those diatonic modes for when we come back in a couple of weeks. I'll get some music picked out. I'll let Father Michael know how the little packets ready for you, and basically it's going to be a deal where I'm just going to drive through the Columbia Plateau and hopefully get here, if there's no blizzards or anything, get here. Yeah, no, it'll be smoke, that's worse than blizzards. Yes?
Can you recommend any YouTube channels or books?
Yes. The best chant is actually in Greek. If you do American chant, you're going to get Neo-Byzantine, like the intonation's not going to be correct. I mean, they're all great people, don't get me wrong, but they don't do the right intonations. And I think it's good to get good models. So I particularly like a certain chanter by the name of Daniel Karavasis. I'll tell you what, I'll put some of these things down. And there's a woman chanter in Syria, her name is well, there's a Serbian called Divna. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's got it. She has the right voice. Bishop Maxime doesn't like her because he says it reminds him of a nightclub. So, but that's a Serbian thing. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put a few names down and some websites, and then you can go listen for yourself. But yes, YouTube is literally, it's like a wealth of good materials to emulate. I learned so much from those. And there's some that I like a lot, so I just basically emulated the channel. So I learned a lot from them.
Father,
Yeah.
something that complicates things, the monastery, its feast day is the 24th. So, like, some of us might not be here to visit. Yeah. Are you sure? Is that
Yeah,
July?
yeah, it's great.
June? Oh, it's an
We'll be
nativity
fine.
before.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe we should, how many are going to that feast?
Is it Tuesday? No, it's a Saturday. Oh.
That's their feast day, it's the nativity of John before.
We on YouTube.
Yeah, this is
Catch up.
Well, another question, will Father Michael do the liturgy that morning?
I don't, he might be down, he might go down there.
Father Michael? Oh, he's not here yet. We'll have to ask and find out. Look, I like to plan for success. I don't like to plan for failure. So let's not do it on the 24th. Let's not even try. And we're not, God's giving us grace, so let's wait until the following weekend, the 30th or whenever that is, the 31st. I believe. Or did we get August 1st falls on the wait a minute, June 24th.
July 1st.
July 1st. Well, the 4th of July doesn't happen until the middle of the week. That's the worst possible day for it to fall in. Okay. We have kind of a plan. We're not going to try to do the 24th. Yeah, we'll just wait 3 weeks from now. That follows. The Saturday after the 24th, which, what is that, July 1?
The first, yeah.
July 1st. Yeah.